everyone, this is Kassie and these are the weekly tarot horoscopes for the week of November the 14th to November 20. If you enjoy my videos and you like the way I interpret the cards, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, to share and like this video, and also to hit the notifications bell so that you don't miss anything new that comes up. If you want to check out last week's predictions, you can do so by clicking the link above. And if you want to find me for a personal consultation, you can always reach me on my website, my psychic platform, www.kassiekai.com, where you will get 3 free minutes with your subscription and extra free minutes every month. The deck we are going to use today is called the Tarot of the Mystical Moments, and it's a very artistic and nice deck. It's not associated with the traditional Rider-Waite deck. It has its own character and its own vibe. And something special that this deck has is that it contains extra cards for the 4 kings. There are also female versions of those kings. And also for the Emperor, there's also a female version of the Emperor. But let's get on with the predictions. For Aries, we had the 5 of Pentacles and now it's the 7 of Wands. The 5 of Pentacles suggests that last week there must have been some sort of lack in your life. For instance, maybe you lost something, or you felt that something was missing from your personal life or from your professional life. And usually that's not a pleasant feeling. Maybe something made you feel depressed or negative about a situation in your life. This week the 7 of Wands changes the vibe for sure, because the 7 of Wands is a fire card. Intensity will grow stronger and there might be some resistance, because the 7 of Wands is the card of resistance, of opposition. So perhaps someone will be opposed to your plans, to your ideas, and you will have to defend those plans, to defend yourself, or maybe you will put someone in a defensive position because you will ask for something that they don't want to give or they cannot give. Maybe you will come across as too demanding in their eyes and they will not agree with you. The 7 of Wands astrologically is Mars in Leo, and that alone gives it a very strong vibe, a very strong energy. As we know, Mars is the god of war. Under his energy, things are getting too intense always. That has a very positive side in the sense that you can make a very positive impression if you're going to have an interview or if you meet someone new. You're talking about your love life. You will make a strong impression. They will see you as a very strong personality, a strong presence, which is very good. Just make sure that you don't overdo it with confidence or with pride, because Mars has also his negative side, which can make us feel very impatient or more confident than we should be. So a balance is needed. If you want to know how someone feels about you, there seems to be some resistance at the moment. They are in a rather defensive mode. That's not because they don't have feelings for you. Ones are warm, positive feelings, passionate feelings, but there seems to be a point where you cannot find common ground. So there's this tension between you, there's some turbulence in your relationship, but there's also strong sexuality, stronger sexual vibe, because you will have a very intense fire energy and you will feel very comfortable with it at home, because you are a fire sign and you know what fire energy feels like. So you will have great self-confidence. Just make sure that you have the resources to back up your plans, your ideas, and make sure that whatever you do is for the right reasons, because if it's not, you will find that other people are opposed to what you are trying to do and they will try to block you in some way. The 7 of Wands puts emphasis on the last part of the week, So it's between Friday and Sunday that you will experience this energy the most. For Taurus, we had the High Priestess, and now it's the Five of Swords. The High Priestess can be a weird energy in the sense that things are going on and you can't figure out what something means. There are many unknowns, or someone was being cryptic. You felt that something was off or that they were hiding something, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it. You couldn't quite tell what exactly you feel. So maybe last week was a little confusing for you. Things didn't make sense, but that's probably because you didn't have all the details, all the data you needed to assess a situation. And that's probably what's leading to this week's energy, which is no other than the Five of Swords, a card of contrasts, arguments maybe. You need to be aware of a high risk of arguments this week. So maybe someone will try to push your buttons. They will say something that will cause you to give a strong reaction to them. Perhaps this person is used to doing that, and there is a sort of pattern between you. They say that, they push your buttons, or you are doing the same to them. In any case, it appears that this week there will be some disagreements, some contrasts, either in your personal or in your professional life. So you will probably have to deal with some difficult people this week, or someone who's being difficult in your life. And you may even feel the need to take distance. But in this case, it's advisable to face the issue head on and resolve it. It may not be resolved in a peaceful way, but you should not sweep it under the carpet. And actually, you don't have to say much. A few clear words will suffice. If you get too involved, or if you start overanalyzing things or over-explaining things, you will waste too much energy trying to make someone see things from your side. And in that process, you will be given the chance to reassess a situation and decide what you want to do with it. For instance, if there has been a disruption in one of your relationships, if there has been a breakup or an argument with your professional partner, this week you will decide whether you want to reconcile with them, or you find it easier and wiser to walk away and explore other options. The Five of Swords astrologically is Venus in Aquarius. And as you all know, Venus is the goddess of love. So there's this loving vibe, there's the need to connect. But Aquarius can be a little detached, so this is another contrast that you may have to face. Maybe there's someone you love, but you want to stay away from them for a while, or someone is taking distance, or you just need to figure out what is going on with them, especially if things have been confusing under the energy of the High Priestess, or if there are constant fights that lead nowhere. Venus in Aquarius will grant you clarity as intense emotions will subside, and you will be able to see things more clearly. Another manifestation of this placement, of this astrological placement, is that you may start to develop feelings for a friend, or a friend of yours may start showing romantic interest. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, they may be in a defensive mode at the moment, especially if they feel pushed in any way, or if there has been an argument and they feel that you are not really on the same wavelength. And especially after this eclipse, which is very intense, it's best that you give it some time and let a few days pass before you engage in serious conversations about finances or about your relationships, the stability of your relationships, especially because the eclipse was in Taurus, and Taurus has to do with safety, stability, pleasure. But make sure that when you decide to resolve the matter, you do it in a very direct way, without hiding things without trying to mask the truth. Say things as they are, and that's the best approach under this energy. The Five of Swords puts emphasis on Friday probably, so make a note for that day, as it will probably be an interesting day. Gemini, we had the Page of Cups, and now we got the Judgment. An interesting combination because there is such a great contrast between the two cards. The Page of Cups is a very light energy, romantic energy, so something good, something positive must have happened in your love life or in a personal relationship, and you felt those positive vibes, or you had a great time with a friend, with a lover. And now here comes the Judgment and makes things too serious. The Judgment is considered one of the karmic cards in tarot, and that means it's very possible this week something will happen, something that will have a karmic feel to it, a synchronicity or a strange sign that will give you the chance to make a new beginning. In some decks, the Judgment is called rebirth, but it always comes with baggage from the past. Now, what's important is how we deal with baggage and how we deal with our past. There might be a lesson you will have to learn under this energy, or to prove that you have learned a lesson from the past. That's why it's very possible that there will be a repeat of a situation, and you will have to do things differently if you want to get different results. Because let's say you made a mistake in the past and you got a very negative outcome. Life will give you the chance to correct that mistake, to make things better. But if you repeat the same thing over and over and you fall into the same pattern again and again, what will probably happen is that the outcome this time will be worse. So it's very important to find a way to align the past with the future. And how to do that? You do that with the decisions and the choices you make in the present moment, because the present moment is the only thing we have. The present moment is where you get all your power, where you get all your energy. It's where you are truly alive. And that's the meaning of the rebirth in this card. You grab the opportunity to do things differently so that you have a more positive outcome. If you want to know how someone feels about you, this person feels karmically drawn to you. They have very strong feelings and they are probably looking for a new beginning with you, but without the tension and the negativity of the past. So that's the point you need to adjust this week. You will get the chance to connect with your past, but in a way that will lead to a more promising future. In approximately 20 days from now, something will happen and then you'll have to choose which direction to go. And that's exactly what I said before. It's about whether to look back or to move forward. That's a very powerful energy, and it can manifest in so many ways because it has to do with your personal patterns, your preferences, your calling even. So it's a very personal card, but with a very universal energy because it has to do with your purpose and your calling in this world. For Cancer, we had the King of Swords, and now it's the Eight of Wands. The King of Swords is someone in your life, a male most likely, who's an air sun or ascendant, meaning Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. And this person played a role in your life last week. Maybe you had an important conversation because swords are associated with our thoughts, with the way we express those thoughts, with our communications. And maybe you found that this person wasn't very willing to negotiate because the King of Swords has his own goals, his own agenda, and they will rarely change it for another. You got the Eight of Wands this week, which is a very strong fire card, and one of the fastest cards in tarot. Now, what this means is this week will trigger a series of events, of actions that will bring very fast results. There will be very fast developments in communications, and things that were delayed or stopped will start moving forward swiftly, and you'll probably have to think on your feet and act fast so that you don't lag behind. If you're wondering how another is feeling about you, there's no doubt that there is strong attraction, sexual vibes are very strong. This person will show you they are interested in you, or that they have feelings for you in ways that you may not expect, because the Eight of Wands is often a card that foretells surprises. Just a little caution, because there will be a tendency to give strong reactions, so try to respond instead of reacting, because reacting means there's a risk that you will repeat some automatic patterns that you have given in the past, and that doesn't always guarantee that you'll get what you want, especially if you start pressuring someone or if you start pushing their buttons. The energy of this eight can make or break a relationship depending on how you will use it. You can either get what you want and hit your target, or you may destroy things that you've been building for a long time in a very unceremonious way. Also, an unexpected departure or an unexpected arrival may manifest. Someone may come to you when you least expect it, or you'll have to travel without prior notice or preparation. And make a note for the days between 23rd November and the 3rd December, because they seem to be of particular significance, as there might be a culmination or a completion of something that will start this week. The Eight of Wands is Mercury in Sagittarius, and Mercury is all about our communications and our plans, and while Sagittarius is the future, our visions, so you will have your eyes on the future this week, and you will see possibilities and a broader perspective that you couldn't see before. And you may even act a little rebellious or unpredictable, which is fine as soon as that serves your plans. The end of the week seems to be the strongest, so between Friday and Saturday is when you will feel those energies more strongly. For Leo, we had the Two of Wands, and now it's the Page of Pentacles. The Two of Wands is a strong energy, a strong fire card. But at the same time, it comes with some hesitation, some uncertainty. So perhaps there was a situation in your life that was confusing. You didn't know what to do, or you didn't know which way to go or which option to choose. So things may have been a little ambiguous last week, a little uncertain or confusing. But with the Page of Pentacles this week, you'll get the chance to ground yourself and to produce more solid and more positive results. The Page of Pentacles can be very slow, because Pentacles are slow and they show a step-by-step process. But pages are also new beginnings, or an opportunity, or something that will be offered to you. The Page of Pentacles is something that is starting or restarting, and maybe if you stop talking with someone under the energy of the Two of Wands, or they were blocked in some way, this week things will restart and you'll get the chance to make a new beginning with them. It's possible you will receive a message that will be a positive message, a message of acceptance, especially if you have applied for a job or for studies, because the Page of Pentacles is the card of the student, the apprentice. And under his energy, we often decide to learn something new, to take a new course, or to apply to a school or to a new job. But at times, this is just a metaphorical meaning for something we want to understand better. So maybe there's a situation in your life that you need to figure out or to understand what is going on, or maybe you just need to get to know someone better. If you're wondering how someone feels about you, they are thinking things through. They don't want to make hasty decisions. They want to take slow steps as they want to feel certain, and they weigh the pros and cons of your relationship before they decide to go ahead with something. So their pace is definitely slower than yours, and maybe you are getting impatient. You want things to move fast. Keep in mind that this person is faithful, reliable, loving, but perhaps they have some growing up to do, because pages also always show maturity. They show that something is in the very early stages and that you need to give it time to develop. Also, the Page of Pentacles is good news about children, young people, students, pregnancy even. And there might be a person in your life who's an Earth Sun or Ascendant, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, that will play a role this week. So, like I said, maybe someone who disappeared will resurface this week, or something that has stopped or delayed is now restarting. And don't be surprised if there's a very lucky coincidence and synchronicity, because pages do show opportunities. And as long as you remain grounded and realistic, you can be sure that you will make the right choices, you will make the right decisions. The energy of Pentacles gravitates towards security and safe choices. So if you play safe, avoiding risks and avoiding extreme reactions and drama, you will know that you are on the right path. For Virgo, we had the Chariot, and now it's the Sun. The Chariot is a card of effort. It's a card that makes us win at all costs. So perhaps you made extreme effort to make something happen or to win something or someone last week, and that was exhausting. You got very tired, very drained. And now with the Sun, energies become lighter, and generally this week will be more pleasant. There will be joy, good vibes, good times with friends or with your partner, because the Sun shows deep connections, emotional connections, but also very positive vibes around you. Another thing the Sun will do for you this week is to make things clear in situations that were confusing or that didn't make sense at all. And now you may feel that you are coming out of a challenging phase, a difficult situation, and also you will start making yourself a priority. The Sun is the center of our solar system, and you will find yourself in the spotlight in a positive way. So other people will start noticing you more. They will become more attentive to your needs, more open to listening to what you have to say, and also more responsive to your words and your actions. This is why this is a very good time, a very positive time, if you want to come out in the open with something. If you want to talk openly about your feelings, for instance, or if you want to resolve misunderstandings. If you want to know how someone feels about you, there are very positive feelings, there is joy, this person loves to connect with you, and they are looking forward to spending time with you, to seeing you, and you will have some very pleasant moments this week. And if we are talking about a romantic interest, there will be strong sexuality. The Sun is very strong sexually, it's warm feelings, that's a fire card. Also, the Sun is the number 19 of Major Arcana, and that means the 19th of this month will be a significant day for you, or in 19-20 days, something will happen, or you will learn something that will shed new light to a situation and will make it more clear and more defined. The Sun puts emphasis on Sunday, of course, So you should expect around Saturday or Sunday that energies will get more intense and you will feel the vibe of this card the most. For Libra, we had the Ace of Swords and now it's the Fool. The first thing that strikes me in this combination is that we have two air cards. And as we have seen before, air represents our thoughts, our communications, which means that you may have a tendency to see everything, to filter everything through the lens of logic and not so much through feelings or emotions. And the Ace of Swords is a card of control, so last week you must have felt one way or another that you got control in a situation, that you had the upper hand. But the Fool this week is more spontaneous, is more optimistic, and is more willing to try new things. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to loosen the grip a little this week and to try new things, to try new methods, because the energy of the Fool will open new possibilities for you, new doors for you to explore, and you will feel the fresh energy, the new energy that's coming into your life. If you want to know how someone feels about you, they are very excited to have met you if we are talking about a new relationship, but it's clear that the relationship needs to grow a little. The Fool is the number 0 of Major Arcana, and that's why it represents the point where it all starts, when we get the chance to make a new beginning, either in a relationship or in our career or generally in our life. Now, the problem with this is that not all options and all possibilities are good for us, and that's why we need to use the energy of the Ace of Swords and cut through confusion and make wise decisions and wise choices. The Fool is associated with the planet Uranus, and Uranus represents innovation, clarity, so it's very possible that you will realize something or you will learn something that will open new dimensions in a situation and in your thinking, in your understanding this week. The Fool is a new beginning, as we said, which means that it will put emphasis on the beginning of the week between Monday and Wednesday. That's when you should expect to feel the energies of the Fool the most. And astrologically, it's also associated with Aquarius, so there might be someone in your life who's an Aquarius sun or ascendant, and that person will be a strong presence in your life this week. For Scorpio, we had the Hanged Man, and now it's the Seven of Cups. The Hanged Man is a very slow energy, it's a card of delays, a very passive card, and it often shows the need to take a different perspective. That's why the Hanged Man is shown upside down, because not only is he suspended, but also he can see things from a point of view that no one else can. Maybe last week was a slow one, there were delays, things that you were expecting didn't happen, and generally it must have been a slow week. But this week you got the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups opens up options for you because it's basically the card of options. Maybe this soul searching, this reversal you made last week proved to be fruitful, and it opened up new doors and you got new ideas, new possibilities. One thing you need to be aware of is that not all options will be good for you. So make sure that you can tell what is right and what is wrong for you. Don't get carried away by an energy that can be very spontaneous, very dreamlike, but at the same time not grounded enough or not solid enough that would guarantee solid and long-lasting results. The Seven of Cups points to the days between the 13th and 22 November, and it's possible that something will break or dissolve around that time, which is now basically. And generally the Seven of Cups puts emphasis on the last days of the week, probably Sunday or even Saturday. If you want to know how someone feels about you, there's this fluctuation, this emotional up and down, and they don't really know how they feel about you. At times it takes some time for someone to realize they like a person, or for feelings to get clear, especially if a situation is complicated. For example, if you feel attracted to a friend or the person you are interested in is with someone else. With the Seven of Cups, their feelings have not yet matured and they cannot make a decision. And perhaps you too don't understand what you feel, why you feel drawn to them. So it's best that you give this time for things to clear up a bit, especially if there are other people interfering. For Sagittarius, we had the Hermit and now it's the Star. The Hermit is an energy that puts you in a mood that's rather antisocial or introspective. You want to be alone with your thoughts, to put your thoughts in order, or to figure out what you're feeling about something, about someone. That's why last week maybe you took some distance from a situation to put things into perspective. And this week you got the Star. And I would say that whatever you did the last week will produce positive results, because the Star indicates that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that's how you will feel this week. You will feel inspired, or you will set a future goal, because the Star is associated with the future. And maybe you'll have a kind of revelation, a positive energy that will guide you, because the Star is one of the guiding lights in Tarot. It shows guidance. Look for signs, as the universe will be speaking to you through signs, and life will be giving you messages for you to follow and indications to show you whether you are on the right path or not. The Star is one of the karmic cards in Tarot. So there will probably be something this week, something will happen that will feel karmic. You may feel drawn to a particular person and you will feel this karmic pull that no matter what you do, you always return to that path one way or another. And it's important to know, to remember that the Star is always distant. It's like the stars in the sky. It could be distance in time. So between now and your goal, there seems to be some distance. But it also means that there might be distance, physical distance between you and someone else. Maybe you are in a long distance relationship, or you like someone who's absent, who's in another city or another country. And all those things will require your attention this week. If you want to know how someone feels about you, this person admires you. They feel very attracted to you. But at the same time, they fear disconnection, in the sense that maybe they think that you are out of their league in some way. The Star is also something that shines. It's something that's very attractive, but at the same time, it's out of our reach, like the stars in the sky. So maybe that's how they feel, this person, either because there's distance, physical distance, like I said before, or because there's something that puts a wall between you. However, the Star foretells improvement of any situation, and in health matters too, because that's a card of healing. So if things have been difficult lately, now you will start seeing solutions, and people will finally start behaving this week. This is a good week to make long-term plans, and events that will happen will have this karmic feel. The Star is associated with Aquarius. Maybe you have an Aquarius sun or ascendant person in your life that will require your attention. And within 9-10 days from now, you will receive a very positive message that will somehow show you the way, especially in situations that appear to be dark or confusing. For Capricorn, we had the Queen of Cups, and now we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups can be someone in your life, a person who's an ascendant or a sun in a water sign, a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. And this person required your attention last week. Or as a general energy, the Queen of Cups indicates that your focus, your attention was in personal relationships, romantic relationships, love. That's why your relationships must have been really prominent last week. And this week you got the Knight of Pentacles, which focuses mostly on the practical aspects of your life, your career, your finances, or practical issues that you need to resolve, but also the practical sides and the practical aspects of relationships. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who's an earth sign or ascendant, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. And this person's priority is to maintain, to keep their stability, their safety. That's why if you're wondering how they feel about you, there is attraction, they want to be with you, but they will be slow because they want to make safe choices and they will not compromise anything that will disturb the balance of their life. For instance, they are not going to take risks. They will avoid taking risks and they will take steps that are slow but solid. Their purpose and their goal is to have a long-lasting relationship with you because Pentacles do show stability and situations and relationships that are for the long term. And this week you may have to take a trip for professional reasons or for financial reasons, but you can combine it with doing something fun too, so it doesn't feel like a chore. The Knight of Pentacles can be someone with whom you have a history, and things are not moving as fast as you would like them to move, as we've seen for the reasons we've seen before. And there is this back and forth with them or an on-off energy, but it's definitely a strong connection from the past, and there is compatibility and chemistry. There has been also some stubbornness because they have a very particular way of seeing things. And although there is some common ground, at the same time there are several differences too. If there's been something that you've been postponing for a long while now, you now have a 2-week time frame to do it. And after that it will get increasingly harder to see it through. So the sooner you deal with it, the better. For Aquarius, we had the Seven of Swords and now we got the Knight of Cups. The Seven of Swords is not an easy card because it shows that appearances can be deceptive, and as I recall, you had another difficult card the week before. So maybe for a couple of weeks you were in this weird vibe, this weird energy, and you didn't know what is what and who is who. Things were confusing, you couldn't figure out what the truth is. But this week, here comes the Knight of Cups and changes the dynamics and the energies. That's because the Knight of Cups is a very sweet, romantic energy, a nice, positive energy. And it could be someone who's a water sign or ascendant in your life, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio person. And that person will come to you with an offer of love or a message of love or an invitation, an opportunity. Will make you feel good. Now, truth is that this person may have the tendency to cause drama if they are not mature enough or if they manifest the negative aspect of the Knight of Cups. The good news is that it's up to you to draw some boundaries if they feel emotionally they are too much for you, for your energy. Show them how far they can go with you emotionally if you are not ready for that type of dynamic. But the Knight of Cups, in his positive manifestation, will show you that they like you. If you're wondering how they feel about you, they will show it clearly. They will show they are attracted to you, they love you, they are in love with you, depending on the stage you are in your relationship. So expect some very nice and positive energies this week. Romantic and sexual energies will be very intense this week. So make sure that you enjoy those vibes, but at the same time, make sure you remain grounded so that you don't get too carried away. On another note, someone may act as a mediator or a negotiator in a conflict between you and another person. If you've been dealing with a conflict this week, you'll get the chance to resolve it or to come to an agreement by finding some middle ground. Being diplomatic is the best you can do. Under this energy, it's very important that you don't go to extremes because you may come across as too assertive or too rigid, and then you will not get the results that you want. Also, a loved one may need your help, and for that reason, you may even have to travel unexpectedly. For Pisces, we got the Devil, and now it's the Empress. Perhaps last week was not an easy one for you because the Devil shows all kinds of different energies like addictions, obsessions, unhealthy patterns. And by addictions and obsessions, I don't mean only substance abuse or substance addiction. It could be an unhealthy attachment we have to someone, relationships that are toxic. But the Devil is a very good card when it comes to success, material success, your ambitions, money, all those things that are associated with the material world, the material things. And that's the common element between the Devil and the Empress, because the Empress too is associated with the physical world, with the material world, and it gives us the chance to enrich our world, to make our life more abundant, because the Empress is a card of growth, is a card of abundance. That's why this week will be richer than last week or the week before, and you will experience more growth and more abundance in your relationships or in your finances. Maybe you will get more money, or a relationship will get more stable. You will take the next step, because the Empress is a strong earth card, and as we have seen, earth offers a solid base to build upon, and that's why it shows the potential for situations, for relationships to become really solid and for the long term. The Empress can be someone in your life who's an Earth Sun or Ascendant, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, because the Empress is associated with Taurus primarily. And Taurus has Venus as its ruler. And that's why relationships will be in your focus again this week. And Friday, which is the day of Venus, will be the strong day of this week. However, make a note for Wednesday too, because that too seems to be fairly strong as energetically. This is a very favorable energy when it comes to planning, to projects, because it gives the promise that your plans will thrive. It's all about being creative, about giving birth to ideas and bringing your dreams into reality. The Empress is associated with pregnancy, so make sure if you don't want to get pregnant, take the necessary measures. But if you do want to get pregnant, then this is a good week to try for a baby. The Empress is associated with beauty. It's a good week to make changes in your looks or in your home, your environment, to make it more beautiful, to take better care of yourself. And you will find that the more you love yourself, the more others will love you. So this is a good week to show some self-love, and it's certain that you will receive back those good energies and those vibes as the universe will respond in a positive way. So these were the weekly tarot horoscopes for all signs for the week of November the 14th to November 20. I hope you enjoyed them, and I will see you next week. I wish you a very happy and productive week.